Hello, hello. You guys hear me? Welfare check, welfare check. Can people hear me? It is 8:50 on a Thursday night. Ooh, just gonna have a chill stream right here. I'm gonna wait for some people to hop in. Just let me know if my audio is working. I'm still kind of new to this, so I don't know if like the audio in general I should turn up or turn down. So I tend to keep it about right here each time. But yeah, 8:50 here in Michigan. Just figured I'd come on for a little bit. Bullshit. Still trying to work on this stuff. I think I could get like a cool background going. Pretty open to having like other people on the streams eventually. So still kind of testing this stuff out. But yeah. Uh Kevin Kruger, what is up, my dude? No, you're not late at all, man. I just started like 2 minutes ago, so thanks for breaking the ice, man. My friend Pope, who got me into doing YouTube, he's done a lot of great YouTube stuff. He's the guy that made the song to my intro. Good friend of mine. He always told me about streaming. He's like, the most awkward part is the first handful of moments where nobody's speaking to you and you're talking to yourself. But yeah, like I said, nope, you are not too late. We are chilling. I'm off work a little early. I'm still dealing with this foot injury, so we have like that new flexible pay time off in Michigan. I don't know where else it's around, but like we're able to use that, and I had a little more time, so I took the time off. Did you order the Beyond 4K? I did not. I did not order the Beyond 4K. If I'm being quite honest, I liked Beyond, but I find it a bit overrated. If I'm being quite honest, and I don't necessarily need it in 4K. So I was cool with that. You know, it's a fun set though. I mean, I like Italian horror movies, just like the next guy, but not the biggest fan of the Beyond. Now I'll end up getting FOMO and wanting to get it. Let's see. Hold tight, you guys. I gotta mess with my lighting. Let's see. Ooh, it's way too dark. One sec. That's way too dark. Let me fix this. All right. All right. I had to use the fancy. Had to lose the fancy lights. My battery shit. John Cena or The Rock? Who do you prefer? You know, I grew up in the Attitude Era, so obviously, like, I'm a big fan of The Rock, but I was never a Rock guy. And in the long run, I think I kind of lean towards John Cena a little bit. Maybe more like recency bias because The Rock's become pretty fucking annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna go with John Cena. I love his heel turn recently. It's great. And like I said, I apologize about my lighting, you guys. I got my laptop plugged in. I was charging it. It's not the most charged, so it went like lower mode, which I had my lights plugged into it and everything. So I just unplugged that, and we will go back to the old school. Just some asshole in here in the dark talking to you guys. But yeah. So I mean, I hope you guys like the new lighting system I did. I could have plugged it in actually somewhere else, but I'm not very good at planning. So, are you a fan of the Puppet Master movies, Kevin? I am, but I'm not. If that makes sense, it's related to wrestling again. It's like when people ask me if I'm a fan of the Undertaker. Like, of course I'm a fan of the Undertaker, but if you're a wrestling fan, like if you're a big Undertaker fan, you're a big Undertaker fan. So I can't claim I'm that big of a fan. So when I regard that back to like Puppet Master or Full Moon movies in that regard, like I'm a fan, but I can't claim I'm the biggest fan because a lot of people are diehard Full Moon fans. And what's the label they had before Full Moon? It was damn, I can't remember. I got the box set. Empire Films, right? Empire. This is a really good box set too, by the way. I got the like second rate one that came out, but this is pretty good. I didn't watch every one of them. I'm sure some of you guys have this one as well. Cellar Dweller. Very, very fun movie where like a girl is into like writing EC comics and everything, and her comics end up coming to life, and the monster who is the Cellar Dweller comes to life off the pages of the comic book, kind of like in that later like Freddy Krueger movie, Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but looks really cool. I didn't watch Dungeon Master. Arena was awesome, about a guy who like has like a boxing tournament against a bunch of robots and mutants and stuff like that. It's led by the guy who played the jock in the Raft episode in Creepshow 2, the one that was always calling the other guy Poncho. I didn't watch Robot Jocks, but obviously happy to own multiple editions of this. One of my very favorites, especially Empire. Dolls, the greatest fantasy, like fairy tale kind of like horror movie ever made. And of course, with that iconic artwork, they had a copy at Static Tape Videos on VHS, and it was pretty expensive. It was like 40, 50, 60 bucks. Though he priced his fare up there, I couldn't afford to pay that on VHS. So maybe when I go up there in the end of April, I might end up grabbing it. I only own the first 5. I don't own any of them, if I'm being quite honest. Yeah, I don't think I own a single Puppet Master movie, which I'm kind of surprised by that. I should. Better movie, Halloween Ends or Elm Street remake? Oh my god, man. I feel like you watch my videos for sure to ask this. Like, I wanted to go see Halloween Ends so bad in the theaters, and I didn't get to, and I was really bummed. I got home from work. I work second shift. I got home around 12:30, situated by 1. I have a bit of like a theater room in my basement, and I went downstairs and I put the movie on, and halfway through, I remember thinking, this would be one of the first movies I ever walked out on. It's like First half is a Rob Zombie movie, and the second half is like a Twilight film. I hated it, but like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake was god awful too. So I don't want to cop out and say I can't give you an answer, but I don't think I can. I'd probably take the Nightmare on Elm Street remake over that, just based on how bad I hate the Nightmare on Elm Street movie, or how much I hate Halloween Ends. I was showing this. In a previous stream, I must have said it somewhere else. Yeah, but I have like a bootleg copy that keeps all the Corey Cunningham shit out. Because that's how much I hate it. I could go off like a motherfucker. I have a review on this on my channel. I think it's kind of funny. Halloween Ends is fucking terrible. John Doe Juggalo, what's up, Doe? How you doing, man? Like I said earlier, for everyone else in the stream, I had to unplug my lighting because I had it plugged into my laptop. I thought my laptop was more charged than it was, but it is not. So I'm in the darkness talking to you guys, which is fine. We're talking horror, you know. Watch, this is all like a rouge that like I have two black eyes because I got beat up by a bunch of like Halloween Ends fans. So like have to do it in the dark and make excuses. You guys ever know like people back in the day make up lies and shit just to hide shit? Pussies. Have you ever met Danielle Harris? I have. I have met Danielle Harris at Motor City Nightmares here in Michigan. It was in where was that? I think it was Novi. They have that convention every year, which is our top horror movie convention of all time. Yeah, of all time, I would say comfortably. She was really cool, so sweet, like very flirtatious and everything. I got her autograph right up here. It's funny, you know. It's like when you meet these women that are celebrities, horror icons. Like, what kind of photo do you get from them? Like, don't get me wrong, I met Trish Stratus, and I got like the most cleavage photo I could. But like when it comes to these horror icons, like, do I get like a newer photo of Danielle Harris looking sexy, or do I get like the iconic Halloween with the scissors at the end? Which I got the one with the scissors and everything. But she signed that, and a very small woman. She's like barely even 5 foot tall, but very, very nice. Very, very cute woman. Just a joy and a pleasure for sure. One of the top celebrities I've ever met, if I'm being quite honest. John Doe Juggalo. That's right. Astro is coming soon. I'm actually going next Saturday, which is going to be fun. I'm a little bummed because they announced Bret Hart coming Sunday only the next day. Not that I already bought my ticket, but most of the people I'm going with have. And I just don't want to like flake out on them because normally I go with like a couple friends. I've gone to Comic Cons alone, which is actually a pretty cool thing at times because there's so many like-minded people around you. You know, it's kind of fun just to like bump into strangers and talk. But, you know, I have my main group I'm going with. I'm going with a couple friends. I'm actually meeting up with my buddy Sean Silver, who's one of the guys who helped train me in pro wrestling 9 years ago. I've known him since I was a teenager. Him and his wife are going to meet us up there. My buddy Shay, friend of the channel, he's coming up there. My buddy Brian, who runs Stage Combat Network YouTube channel, and his wife Prue, who runs Push with Prue, which is a podcast talking to Midwest wrestlers, which I suggest following both their channels. They're both going to be there too. So it's like we got like the most like ragtag group of people showing up on Saturday. So like, you know, I got to go with all them. I'm super excited about it, honestly. Like, I plan on meeting David Howard Thornton and Damien Leone and Jason Patrick from Lost Boys would like to meet. And what's her name from part 2? Kyle from part 2 of Child's Play part 2. I might meet her too. But I think that's about all I'm going to meet. And other than that, I'm kind of saving my money for physical media when I go to the fucking static tape video like event 2 weeks after the fact. So I'll probably be looking for like some old WWF VHS tapes or magazines. Always like to buy a couple t-shirts or maybe a sock cap or a hat, you know, stuff like that along with the autographs. Spend a lot of money at the bar too. And bro, I'm gonna try to meet Twisted and get them to give you a shout out too, John Doe Juggalo. I remember telling you that when you first subscribed to my channel. They're pretty damn cool, man. Like, because they're kind of like owners of the event in a way too, so you can just like bump into them and be bullshitting with them. How tall are you, Kevin Kruger? I'm actually a midget. I am 3'2". No, I'm 6 foot tall on Tender, and I'm 5'8" when I'm hooping. But really, I'm about 5'10", 5'11". Like, guess more or less the average height. You know, in wrestling, I'm built a little taller. But yeah, about 5'10", 5'11". I'm probably shrinking the older I get, though. Not gonna lie. John Doe Juggalo, are you going to the Terrifier 2 screening? I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. I've always wanted to get like a 3-day pass to one of these conventions, whether that's Astronomicon or Motor City Nightmares, two of my favorite conventions, because they have the concerts Friday night and Saturday night. But just with scheduling with like a lot of my friends as we get older, you know, we don't really go to the concerts or nothing. But like I said, you know, they host them at hotels. I always thought it'd be so much fun because they're also having like a Bruce Campbell Q&A late Sunday night. But I'm just going Saturday, so and I know the screening is Friday night. I just seen this the other day, Friday night for Terrifier 2, real late, which I'll give a lot of credit for everyone in the cast of Terrifier showing up and doing the con for one. But you know, going and doing a Q&A and doing that Friday night, because I mean it's a 2.5 hour movie, you know, so I'll give them credit for that. And grab this. For one, here's my second sight replacement disc for the Blair Witch, but I also have this right here. It's brand new Terrifier box set. I've been dying to bust into this so bad. And I want to watch all these, obviously, before Astronomicon and I meet Damien Leone and David Howard Thornton. These slipcovers are beautiful in here. The way they're like solid and crisp in here reminds me like how Blockbuster Box Sets does his stuff, which I've never bought from the guy, but I really want to watch these. I actually had my 4K TV shit on me like almost a month ago. I went to buy a new one today and I had this old lady wait on me at Walmart, and it was the worst experience, you guys. Like when I started talking to her, I just said, hey, you know, I'm looking to buy like a 4K TV, but there's no prices on this bottom shelf, you know, because I had a 65-inch, so I'm like, I'm willing to go 58 to 65 because I had to replace it with my 55 in the meantime that I had in the basement. This lady looked so disgusted to even wait on me. And just like little things like, how you doing today? Just to break the ice because of awkward silence. She goes, fine. I'm like, now I'm not the one working customer service here, and I'm not demeaning anyone. I'm like, but at least like have an enthusiastic sense. It's tax time, you know. Try to upsell some stuff. So I just left and didn't buy a TV. So I think I'm gonna go to Best Buy, and I think, guys, I'm gonna end up spending like $300, $400 more than I had planned because I know what they're talking about. Best Buy. I want to go there and say, give me the best fucking looking 4K TV you can. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to see this shit just pop. Once you go 4K, you can't go back, man. It's rough. What's up, Killer Pizza and everyone else here? I've been meaning to ask if your name is in reference to the TMNT monsters from the cartoon and show. If so, that's awesome. No, actually, it is not. It is not a name after that. But shout out High Volume Video. I know I follow you on Instagram and vice versa. You're always liking my stories I put up there, like complete like just like hood fights and stupid shit all the time and wrestling botches and everything. But that's not the name. Honestly, the name came from which is fun because I know you're into skating, right? It's from Justin Figueroa, Figgy from the Rides for Baker. His Instagram handle was always Killer Pizza, and I remember that since I was like a preteen. I just thought that was the coolest and most random name. And then when I tried to come up with the name for my YouTube channel, which I had for many years beforehand, just sharing like wrestling matches and stupid skits, I tried to think of a fun name, and I thought of like when you're watching horror movies, you know, you're ordering pizza. That's how it was for us as kids, and then the name subconsciously, I remember in the back of my head, Killer Pizza and Killer with horror, pizza with association with renting movies and just seemed to be a little bit fun, you know. So that's how I come up with it. Let's see. Yeah, Astro guys, Mike and Dustin do great work for the con. Yeah, man, I've heard nothing but good things at the concerts they throw too. You know what I mean? I was planning on going to the Gathering of the Juggalos this year. I'm gonna hopefully it doesn't fall through. It was gonna be like an experiment on my YouTube channel because my buddy Bam, who works under the ring name Backwoods Bam on the Michigan independent scene, he's like a born and raised Juggalo. He's kind of like more of a redneck. One of my best friends though, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to film us going like a guy who lives the shit and has a Hatchet Man tattoo on his calf, and then me who's completely out of my element and just like see what happens. I thought that'd be kind of fun. I need to get me one of those bad second sight Blair Witches. Yeah, man, I haven't watched it yet, honestly. I heard there's like a good hour and a half documentary on it and everything and scenes. Like one of my biggest gripes in like modern day horrors when people say like the Blair Witch Project wasn't scary. Like you just had to be there, you know what I mean? I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm in my mid 30s at this point. I was born 1988, August 1988. So like when that came out, I was almost too young to go see that movie. And I just like heard the grown-ups talking about it, and you know, they did a really good campaign with stuff on the websites and everything. Like we thought it was real, like as kids, and you know, it was great. One of the first found footage movies. The McPherson tapes is a really good found footage movie from like 10 years prior. If you guys have never seen that, that's a really fun one. Do you like August Underground movies? I do. I don't mind them. I have the first two. I've been meaning to get the third one for a long time. Modem, I think. I haven't seen that one yet. This is where I get like my FOMO, where like I've been meaning to get it because like I have the first two with slips. I'm not a big slip guy, but if I have like 1 and 2 with the slip, I'd like part 3 with the slip. Not necessarily a movie. I would go back and like rewatch out of the blue, but like kind of like a good popcorn movie with friends, like when you're having beers, like you just kind of want to show somebody something. Dr. Giggles, 1992, Jose Gomez. Well, what's up, man? For one, I've never seen Dr. Giggles once in my life. If I'm being quite honest, I have a bit of a phobia of the doctors. I don't like people poking and prodding me. I mean, I can fall asleep and get a tattoo all day, but when it comes to doctors, it kind of scares me off. So I've never seen that one. I've heard only good things. I know like a lot of people on here, Dude Who Loves Movies really likes it and everything. Have you seen Traces of Death? You know, my mom's boyfriend used to rent Traces of Death and Faces of Death a lot when I was like a little kid. And we used to watch those with like the original, like first 10 to 15 UFC VHSs and the super fight cards. I wouldn't really watch that stuff again just because I can't decipher what's real or fake. I don't like watching real death. I don't like rotten.com. I don't like animal deaths. Though I watched that shit, like, you know, when I was younger. More power to people that like that stuff, but I just don't think I could stomach that anymore. Even though I would probably buy the Faces of Death at Walmart if I seen it, just to be a weird collector. Jose Gomez, I live in Maine. What's up, man? Hey, well, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Sean Franklin, hi. I was gonna hit my dad pen and be like, hi, and be all funny, you know. But what's up, my brother? Hello, brother. Well, you know something, brother. All right, let me get a sip of my coffee, guys. I'm gonna sip my Red Pop Fago for John Doe. So, plot twist: this isn't coffee in my cup. Hey man, Blair Witch still irks me. Yeah, for real, man. There's certain movies like I'm not scared of any movies. When you like the Fourth Kind, that the Alien movie, the Possession movie, that one kind of freaks me out. There's scenes in a Fire in the Sky that kind of wig me out a little bit. There's more like moments in movies. When movies have like religion aspects in there, they can kind of scare me a little bit. But there's certain movies like the Blair Witch or like Evil Dead 1. If I'm like down in my theater room in the basement, my theater room, It's nothing special, guys. But like with all the lights out and everything, like I'll get a little freaked out, or like you know, I'll be smoking a little something and go out to my freezer, deep freezer, watching a horror movie to grab like some fucking drumstick ice cream cones, and I'd be looking around. I'm so fucking dumb, man. Like you guys, I love movies so much. Half the time I walk out there and be creeped out walking outside. I don't ball my fist. I hold my fist like in a karate chop at my side, just to literally amuse myself in that one moment in time. And that's just how fucking dumb I am. Like the idea that I'm just gonna like karate fight like a ghost if they come out at me or a monster. But you know, gotta be that stupid to run a channel like this. Do you have Purple Rain on Blu-ray? I have Purple Rain on 4K, my friend Sean. I have not watched it yet though. I always loved that, like I can't remember what studio put it off the top of my head, but they were putting the bar up top, like the so and so anniversary, and a lot of people were hating it. But on the Purple Rain edition, it's kind of like a tint of purple. I always thought that was pretty cool. But I haven't watched it yet. Purple Rain's one of my favorites. You know the deal. You get movies and don't watch them for the longest time, until the moment's right. Dude, Blair Witch was terrifying as a kid. I'm 36, so I was probably 10 when I first saw it. The other sister told me that shit was real, high volume video. All right, man. Yeah, because we watch the same skate videos and shit, so that makes sense. You're the exact same age as me, so I'm 36 as well. I turned that in last August. So yeah, man, that shit is just terrifying. Uh, the scene with the little kids pounding on the tent's the scariest for me. And with the laughter right before that, you hear like a laugh that almost goes like mutated in a strange way, like ooh, and that shit's scary as fuck. And there's a scene actually when they're running through the woods and they see the giant cross and she's screaming, "What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?" Apparently, they actually had somebody dressed as the Blair Witch, and that's what she was screaming at. What the fuck is that? But they missed it on camera. And just like the chainsaw scene in Scarface or any scene in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, sometimes less is more. And the fact that we didn't see it ended up making the movie even better. John Doe Juggalo, I won Dr. Giggles from Cody Doodle Loves Movies. That's how my YouTube journey began. That's awesome, man. I love that you watch a lot of the same people as me too. Like I love Planet Dirty, Dude Who Loves Movies, the Rad Dudes. Those are kind of my dudes right there. The Planet CHH universe and Pizzal, and I think Dead Pit's the best overall. And they kind of make it fun to be into doing this type of shit. You know what I mean? Because why not talk about movies, have fun with it and everything? Which, by the way, John Doe, for one, that horror tournament was hard as fuck that Agoraphobe threw. I was 1 point off and I lost. And also, man, you got a pretty sick collection. I see your background. Do you have like a video showing your whole collection? Because I think that'd be pretty damn cool. I'd watch that. Best horror movie to watch on acid, Kevin Kruger. Well, I've never done acid. I might have done mushrooms allegedly back in the day. It's been over probably 15 years since I've done them. And if High Volume Video is still in the chat, I'd love to share a story about me on mushrooms skateboarding. I told my coworker the other day, I used to be a sponsored skateboarder, and there was this me and my friends went to play basketball in the middle of the night on mushrooms, and it was the worst experience ever sweating on mushrooms. But there was like this street gap, like right up the hill where I grew up, my hometown, and it was like this big hill bomb of a sidewalk, and then like one concrete block that went flat, and then went to a giant hill bomb again. So you'd have to ollie off the very edge of that hill bomb over the block into the next hill bomb, and people used to get wrecked on that. Like when we were like teenagers and our early adulthood, early 20s. And then when we got done playing basketball and we're tripping, I told my friend, I said, I got to go. I'll be right back. I grabbed my skateboard. I ran up the hill. I threw my MP3 player on, and Police Truck by Dead Kennedys came on, which notoriously is from like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, which I love the Dead Kennedys anyways. But I was like, all right, let's fucking do this. And I rode down the hill, and I cleared this gap into the hill bomb first try, tripping my fucking ass off. And I'll never forget, I was riding on a fucking rainbow the entire time, like Rainbow Lane in Mario Kart. I don't know how I didn't fucking eat shit, but but to answer your question, the best movie to watch while tripping, horror movie. I mean, would you want to like be kind of fucked in the head by watching it, or would you want to just have fun? Because like I mean, I would probably like to watch like Return of the Living Dead 1 or 2 because I'd just be laughing the whole time. I'm trying to think. Probably like Evil Dead. Army of Darkness would be pretty fun. Like Evil Dead 2. Yeah, probably any of the Evil Dead movies. Any one of them really, because that could like really bring any emotion. I'm trying to think of like some funny ones. Mm, I'd have to go back to that. Probably a lot of Carpenter movies actually. Like Prince of Darkness would fuck you up. The Fog would fuck you up. Like They Live, I know more of a sci-fi movie, but that would be pretty wild. I mean, I've never watched a horror movie tripping out. Let's see. I think I skipped one. The People Under the Stairs, Wes Craven film. Are you saying while you're tripping? I don't know if you are, Jesse, but that would be a good one. I actually have the vinyl record of this. That's one of my favorite movies I grew up watching. I plan on doing a video this weekend because I haven't done any videos the last couple weekends. Just kind of needed a break. But one of the videos I'm going to share with you guys is my complete vinyl collection. So a lot of good movie soundtracks and everything. A lot of good punk records and stuff like that. I don't have one yet. I have friends that ask if I do a room tour at 1K subs, and I think I might. You should, man. It'd be fun. I mean, I've been telling Gorephobe do one for a while. He's got a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, I'm meeting up Gorephobe too. Let's see, 3 weeks from today for that convention in Muskegon to meet Linnea Quigley and go to Static Tape Video. So we'll be sure to do some kind of collab we were talking about. Do you like Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight? I love it, man. Speaking of like scary movies we were mentioning earlier, those demons in Demon Knight look very scary. Like those things freak me the fuck out. It's definitely the best Tales from the Crypt movie. I wish they would have done more. Bordello Blood, I like it. I get the incompletions of it. Do you have a girlfriend? Yeah, your mother. No, no, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. No, I don't right now. I work second shift, so I work a little later, and with my schedule with wrestling and everything, I'm married to the road, pretty much. But never had a problem being by myself. But I mean, I don't have an issue getting a girlfriend either. I have a lot of friends, as we all probably do, that like they get so heartbroken being in a relationship, and like a week later they have a new girlfriend or boyfriend. And it's like I just I enjoy my mistresses, the creatures of the night. I don't think you should watch Mandy on acid. I feel like they made that movie on acid, man. I don't really trip anyways. Yeah, not really my thing. But I mean, I've talked about it jokingly with like friends. Like my one friend always wanted to have like the movie Grown Ups, like a Grown Ups weekend where we like rent an Airbnb and get a basketball hoop out front, go fishing, barbecue and shit like that. I mean, something like that arose around that time. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I don't really do drugs though. I like to drink and like to smoke a little bit. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas on acid. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I remember first seeing that when I was like a kid, and I just didn't understand the movie. I was like, this shit's so fucking weird. I think I get it more now. I'm actually about to take a vacation to Vegas next winter. Go to the Punk Rock Museum. That skating on shroom story was great. Thanks, man, dude. I can't believe I didn't biff it because like dudes used to go there. Like this was a steep hill bomb. Like we compared to like San Francisco spots. You know what I mean? Like you, if you were lucky, you could jump to the grass and you'd still slide scorpion style through that shit. And like I went there, like I did that shit and it took me a long time, straight and narrow. Or times we went there and we're like, I'm good. That time by myself, just went for it first time, first try. Hey man, it worked. Okay, I don't want to. Hopefully, I'm not skipping none. Do you think Tales from the Crypt reboot? Fuck that, man. The Creep Show series is good enough. I would hate to see them do a reboot of Tales from the Crypt. No need to. They need to leave shit alone, in my opinion. I wouldn't be mad at it if they did it right, obviously. And if I skip somebody's comment, I'm new to this and first time I've ever been behind on comments. So thanks, guys, for asking all the questions. This is fun. I can get back to it if you ask me again if I skipped it. What is your favorite comedy where the person gets rich and or privileged all of a sudden and they're walking around in their new mansion and they're like, "Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Aces arches of movies, acres of movies." Uh that's a pretty fun question. I well, maybe like first of all, the one that comes off mine because I watched it recently was like Hot Tub Time Machine 2 when they switch an alternate universe. So the younger kid, Jacob, I think, is walking around. He's like, "I think this house is mine." But that's a pretty interesting question where the stuff's new. I know I got better answers than that because I'm a big comedy movie guy. Uh, I don't know. I like that the two metalheads in Little Nicky died and went to hell and lived in Little Nicky's bedroom in hell. That's pretty fun. But I like fun questions like that, man. That's pretty good. Thanks, Stacy. Yes, thanks you. Thank you. Once again, sorry for the lights, guys. These lights suck. All right, unplug my light. Have you seen Jonah Hill's skateboard movie mid '90s? It's pretty good. I love mid '90s. It's a really good movie. I really liked it. Yeah, one of my favorite '90s skate videos. Kids is a pretty good one too. You know, obviously it came out in like the '90s, and it's not necessarily a skate video. It kind of gives me the same vibes in a lot of ways. Uh, I love the arc. You know, it's funny when like what's his name? It was like a swear word. The kid with the long blonde hair is like they're meeting the girl team and he's fucking it up for everybody. There's actually an interview out there with the whole cast that's like real fucked up too. Where like that main little kid's kind of a little diva these days. Can't remember his name either. But that's a pretty fun movie. Like I like that they use like arcs, like the older brother, his arc, where like he didn't have to necessarily say words, it's more like expressions he made. But that's a fun one. It feels genuine. Like that feels like actual skating. Which even like famous skate movies don't feel like skating when that one does. If that makes sense. Let's see. Also, have you seen the tropical island comedy My Father, the Hero? What are your favorite tropical island comedies, such as the one Club in Paradise? I have not seen that, but like Weekend at Bernie's would be my number one for sure. What's that one with Jason Segel where he gets divorced and everything goes on the island? I can't remember that one. That one's pretty good. Kind of. The fuck was that movie called? I can't remember, but yeah, Weekend at Bernie's got to be my favorite. It's a fun plot, man. Like, I just watched Ice last night. Just watched Ice last night. Not as bad as people say, because for me at least, when you throw stuff in like that generic time frame in the '80s, like a tropical beach, like summer, spring break, summer vacation, or like skiing down a mountain, like I'm just a sucker for that shit. What would be your Braves Mount Rushmore? To be honest, man, I don't really know many Braves players. I don't really know anything about the Atlanta Braves. I only bought this hat because my friend I used to wrestle with, Pure Fury Jeff Klaus, who passed away, let's say early to mid 2020. Can't remember the exact date. Probably like around this time, actually, in 2020, he passed away, and he used to always wear an Atlanta Braves hat. So that's actually the only reason I wear the Braves hat, out of respect for my friend. Let me try to go up. Scarface or Return of the Living Dead. Even though I love Scarface, one of my favorite movies of all time, nothing beats Return of the Living Dead. It's my number one favorite movie of all time. Yes, that too. Also, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Taking Care of Business, and Trading Places. Yeah, Trading Places, man. That's pretty good. They don't make them like they used to. Not to sound cliche when it comes to comedies. Do you like Lords of Dogtown? I do. I really love that movie. I probably haven't seen it in like 10, 15 years. But I remember always liking it. I like skate movies, man. Surf movies. If you ran a party entertainment company for parties and graduations, etc., what three movie characters would you hire to be able to go to the parties? See, that's difficult. I'd have to be if it was for like graduation parties, I'd have to hire somebody to find out like who's popular, you know what I mean, and who's in the budget. Because I don't really know what kids are like watching these days. Like, if it was me, I'd be like, hire Bill Murray and Adam Sandler than some hot chick. That's how I'd run it. But I mean, or I just hire Arnold Schwarzenegger and pocket the rest of the money. You tell everybody, "You're amazing. Lift weights. You look great. Keep going." Hey man, these questions, you guys are killing it. Fuck Mary Kill, Daniel Harris, Scout Taylor Compton, Linnea Quigley, all in their prime. Okay, kill Taylor Compton, fuck Daniel Harris, marry Linnea Quigley in her prime. Because you can get that over and over again. I'm meeting her in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. The boyhood dream comes true. I can't wait, man. Linnea Quigley in her prime. God damn. Glad I caught you finally. Glad I caught you live finally. You got a cool channel. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've been posting the last 2 weeks. I feel like a fucking jackwagon, but I appreciate you saying that. I don't advertise my shit enough. Like, I have an Instagram, Killer Pizza Video. And like I don't advertise enough. It's like because it has all my wrestling shit on there too, my personal shit, and it's like I don't go on like advertise a lot on TikTok. And I know like I could get a bigger audience and everything if I did, but I don't really do this to have like a big audience or anything, man. The fact like what I have right now that I finally went live and I like some people talking to me and like we're just talking horror movies and having fun, like So for you to say that, I appreciate that. I always think of it like my channel's a little like underground in a way, like a hidden gem, because I don't script nothing. Clearly, I just ramble on and talk. If Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig could have stayed healthy and been given a title shot, he could have been the greatest wrestler of all time. Changed my mind. I agree, man. Wasn't he an AWA champion at one point? But yeah, Mr. Perfect. I was just giving my list of my top WrestleMania matches of all time. And I talked about like Bret Hart, who's my favorite of all time, against Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 8 was like an honorable mention. But like Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect at SummerSlam is one of the greatest matches of all time. And the fact like Perfect getting eliminated with Hogan at the end of the second Rumble he was in, he was up there. He should have. I agree. He should have been up there and been champion. Is the chemistry between John Travolta and Kirstie Alley and Look Who's Talking underrated? I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but I would say it's underrated. Yeah, they were pretty fun and everything. So yeah, I'd say so. That is a pretty fun movie. I like the first two. I think the third one had a dog in it or something. I might be going live for the first time tomorrow if you wanted to join, maybe in the chat. Yeah, man, I wouldn't mind that. What time are you thinking? Acres of Movies. Everybody in the chat, go check out Acres of Movies. We're all in this together in this weird ass like movie community. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I'd fucking love that. You've given some of the funnest questions, man. Like, so I love to throw some back at you. I'll definitely come check it out. Just let me know what time. Why do wrestlers die so young? And are you worried that you might die young as well? That's pretty loaded. Just pretty much the schedule, the damage on the body, the drugs, the alcohol, everything combined. And honestly, man, yeah, I have thought of that before. I have a couple friends of mine who thought of that like heavily and had to retire. I have a friend of mine a good friend of mine who's going to retire by the end of the year, 10 years in, just because of the damage on their body. Luckily for myself, I've been kind of more of a grounded wrestler, so not as much impact as others, but I never swayed away from the party aspect of it, and my shoot job is pretty rough too. So like I have thought about that stuff, and yeah, I mean, legends never die though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yo, that jacket's tight, dog. You know what I mean? Who would you cast as the Junkyard Dog in the Junkyard Dog biopic? The Mighty Bojack is going to play the Junkyard Dog. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe like Craig Robinson or something. Even though I don't think it would be a comedy. Hulk versus Roddy in a steel cage match in the mid-'80s was pretty amazing sports arena. I don't know if I've actually... Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, for sure. Dude, I just had somebody in my job earlier like knows I'm a wrestler. And they don't know much about wrestling. They're like, Roddy Piper? I said, Hot Rod. And they go, you kind of remind me of Roddy Piper. I just looked them in the eyes. I was like, that is the greatest compliment you could have ever given me. And they'll never know how big of a compliment that was. I think they just mean like the way I'd be talking at work. I'd be cutting promos at work. Shout out to Virus 1999, Leviathan, or 1989 for being cheesy, underrated. I've never seen either one. Hossman Pizza. Sounds like we should be a fucking tag team, bro. Big John Studd and Hillbilly Jim. I love Hillbilly Jim, man. I got a friend who looks just like him. 4:30 Pacific or maybe earlier in the day, but definitely we'll try. Okay. Yeah, which state do you live in? Even if I'm busy, bro, I got YouTube Premium now, so like I'll throw the headphones in and I'll give it a listen. I'll make sure to like remind myself after the stream. Are you a fan of Travis Scott? I am not. I don't like Astroworld or nothing. None of that. I thought that shit. I thought he ruined. I was one of the people that thought he like ruined that moment at Elimination Chamber, but he's better than some other rappers. The only new rappers I really like that are like mainstream. I like Kendrick, who's even getting a little annoying to me. I'm a J. Cole kind of guy, but I like more like underground shit like Vince Staples and stuff. I like old school rap. I mean, I like Nas Illmatic, Wu-Tang Clan, RZA, Jizza, Ghostface Killah, Raekwon the Chef, Inspectah Deck, Old Dirty Bastard, You God. I gotta name them all. Am I forgetting one, you guys? Jizza, RZA, Ghostface Killah, Raekwon, Inspectah Deck, You God, Master Killer, Old Dirty Bastard, Method Man, and then Capadonna. But I don't know if Capadonna is actually an official member or not. Can you do a suplex, bro? I suplex the fuck out of people, bro. I got a short on my YouTube channel of me just like spamming the snap suplex and just putting people through the apron, man. Two of my signature moves are one of my signature moves is the Blue Thunder Bomb. I'd be putting people through the fucking mat. Have you seen Possession 1981? Not. Horror with some of the best practical effects I've ever. No, I haven't seen that, but if it's got really good practical effects, I definitely want to look into that. Definitely want to look into that. Did you know Dave Lowe? 4 Low Down. I think we wrestled under the name Dave. No, I haven't heard of him. I'm sure we connect somewhere or another in wrestling, though, through people I know. Did you ever hear YNW Melly song? I have not. If they're cool, man, if there's some good shit, send them to me, man. Instagram. Killer Pizza Videos. It has a great 4K from Second Sight that costs too much. Yeah, Second Sight's very expensive, man. I had to slow down with some of my stuff. I haven't bought in like over a month because I know I'm going to these Comic Cons. I just got Night of the Creeps though, so I'm excited about that. Can you beatbox? Poorly. I could do the whole Sum 41 deal from All killer, no filler. But I refuse. I'm healing up. I ain't gonna do it. Or Trippy Red. Trippy Red. No, I don't like Trippy Red, bro. No, not at all. I like the old Wu-Tang Clan, Ghostface Killer. Ghostface Killer is probably the most consistent with solo records of the Wu-Tang Clan. But the original album and the fuck's a double disc called? Nothing beats Boom Bap. Oh yeah, I always think of Foz Rotten when I hear that Boom Bap. You guys like Ari the Rugged Man? I'm a big fan of Ari the Rugged Man with Boom Bap. A Man in Cunningham. What's going on? Can you do a Ghostface Killer impression? I can't, but if you want to hear a Ghostface Killer impression, just go listen to some Action Bronson. Ooh, bike drop. You know, he kind of raps like random, right? He's like boom bap tabletop cluttered with magazine. Like he never making no sense. You know, you almost had me. Very clever. Tom Cruise calls you, says, let's get root beer floats. Matthew McConaughey calls you and says, let's get barbecue beef sandwiches. Whose offer do you take first? McConaughey, man. He seems cool and he's probably got better weed. Highly recommend you check out the rapper Diabolic. I feel like I've heard of Diabolic. Was he a freestyle rapper? Or do you do like battle raps? Battle raps used to be really big around here in Detroit, Pontiac area. Used to watch all that all the time back in the day. King of the Dot and Grind Time, and they had a lot of. I think Grind Time or King of the Dot was formed out of Canada, so they had like other divisions, and it was really big here, like in Detroit. No, I mean Ghostface from Scream. Well, I don't have a mask, and I probably just have to go out and kill somebody. You know, they don't really say nothing. But I love the Scream movies, though. But well played. Most insane shit I've ever heard. Hardcore Grundy street rap. He's done a few tracks with Ari the Rugged Man. I'm not sure if I've heard any of that. I feel like I've heard a lot of like the features that he's done, but I don't think I've heard that. Grand Puba was cool. Man, you cool. Diabolic did some ciphers with Grind Mode. He was signed to the Immortal Tech for a minute. Did stuff with Army of. He's got a few more solo albums. Diabolic. Okay, that's easy to remember, man. I got my phone charging right now, but I'll definitely look that up. Because I love boom bap rap, man. That's my favorite stuff. Should Ghostface Killer have acted more? I mean, probably, man. You know, shit, could have made more money. I don't think he was necessarily a good actor. A lot of artists aren't good actors. I think like Justin Timberlake might be one of the better performers that became an actor, at least modern day, even though that was 25 years ago. Do you think you could beat Prime Hogan in wrestling? Depends if they wanted me to, if they want to book me to. But if it was Prime Hogan, I'd probably, especially like, if I'm being realistic, like the joke is like Prime Hogan, he's gonna bury everybody, beat everybody. But like if it's Prime Hogan, and this is like 83, 84, 85, and I'm a wrestler back then, I'd be lucky to be a jobber in WWF the way they did shit. And if I was, he would beat me in fucking 10 seconds at a house show. Wouldn't even probably be on TV. Bay Area rapper Andre Nicotino. Oh, I love Andre Nicotino, man. Yeah, for sure. Ayo for Yayo, bro. Yeah. What was that Whale album? The Killer Whale. I'll get down with Andre Nicotino. Who should play the next ghoulie? Play. Honestly, I don't know, man. I'm not too big into Street Fighter. I'm more of a Mortal Kombat kind of guy. Speaking of wrestlers, Macho Man, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels, The Rock, Roddy Piper, Flair for my top guys. Good list, man. I like every one of them. I'm not the biggest Rock fan. I gave my top 5 WrestleMania matches of all time earlier today. I said number 1, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, WrestleMania 13. Number 2, Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, WrestleMania 10 ladder match. Number 3, Owen Hart, Bret Hart, opener of WrestleMania 10. Number 4, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels retirement match at 24. And then I'd say number 5 would be I forget what I said. I don't know, maybe Kurt and Eddie, Kurt and Shawn. Rock was just too good on the mic to not give him his props. Oh, he was, yeah. I mean, just, he was more of a Stone Cold kind of guy. I love The Rock, don't get me wrong. I like Nicotina, Declaria, Factory. All right, on. Right on. Like all the fucking hip hop suggestions I'm getting tonight. Thought I'd have to turn my hat this way to get that. God, I forgot Scott Hall. Dude, Scott Hall is my favorite wrestler of all time. Oh, behind Bret Hart. Love Scott Hall. I got that custom Intercontinental title, too. It's pretty dope. Love Stone Cold, but the what chant has been a gift and a curse. I agree, man. I agree. John Cena actually got them pretty good. one of those last shows in Europe. He was like, when I do this, you do that. When I do this, you do that. When I speak rhythmically, you say what? I love the Cena heel stuff. I was one of the people that wished he would have like changed his whole look and went full heel, but man, he's making it work. I love this Triple H era. Have you ever met The Rock? I have not, but I've met 50 Cent. Now, I've met a lot of celebrities, but not The Rock. That'd be cool. The wrestlers I have met, I've met, I met Mick Foley, Devon Dudley, Kevin Nash, X-Pac, Trish Stratus, a handful. What 3 movie characters would you take with you to explore and develop Saturn? Marty McFly and Doc, for one. Those would be my 2 guys. And then, who would be the 3rd guy? Like Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds? No, I'd take Doc and Marty McFly. Dude, then Roddy Piper from They Live. That'd be my crew. Gorephobe, the man, the myth, the legend. You guys go check out his channel. Go check out his horror trivia tournament, which I've been a part of. This guy's been a big inspiration for me going live. Happy to say he's become a good friend of mine. And yeah, we're going to meet up in 3 weeks at Static Tape Video and buy a shit ton of movies, man. Meet Linnea Quigley. It's about to be a good time. But Gorephobe, what's up, man? One hell of a dude. I met Dave Chappelle one time and shook Big Show's hand at a Waffle House at 2 a.m. once. That's awesome, at a Waffle House. That must have been crazy meeting Chappelle. I think like Chappelle Show is the funniest show of all time, in my opinion. Like, I love it. And I love a lot of comedy. When it comes to TV shows, I mostly like comedies. And that's got to be the best of all time. Besides like first 7 or 8 seasons of The Simpsons. And how big was Big Show's hand? My friend met him back in the day and said, until you stand next to that guy, you'll never understand how big he is. Should Wolf have been directed by Tony Scott instead of Mike Nichols. Man, I think the movie was going to suck regardless, if I'm being quite honest. Oh, I know, man. My light went out, so actually I might be able to plug it back in right now because I've been streaming for about an hour. My computer was charged up for a minute. I had to unplug it because it looked like my computer was going to die with this shit plugged in. So let me see. Natural light. Ooh. China was kind. Did I freeze up, guys? I don't know if I froze or not. Hey, hell yeah, blow a lot of money. Yeah, that's the plan, man. We're about to buy a bunch of fucking movies and shit, dude. They have everything at Static Tape Video. This place is so good. Every boutique label release, and they got stuff that's out of print with slips and everything. Do you like Greek restaurants in downtown Detroit? I do. Honestly, I don't go out downtown Detroit enough. If anything, I mean, not to restaurants. It is. I go to concerts at the Fillmore all the time, Little Caesars Arena. I don't go to Hart Plaza enough, but like, I don't go to the restaurants as much as I should. If anything, I'm going to like smash burger places downtown. His hand was enormous, and my hands are big, 6'3", 275, and he made them feel like little kids. Okay, 6'3", 275, man. Okay, man, I'm about to hire you as my bodyguard. Show is a massive person. I've met him at OVW. Hell yeah, man. I got two friends I work with Super Shogun Wrestling. Anthony Toatali and Eric Surge. If you guys have seen them on OVW, those are my boys. Doing good stuff over there. You're still here. Okay, cool. You're still here. Because my screen's completely frozen. But if I'm still moving, that's good then. I'll hang in here a little longer. On Woodward, they had the old Tiger Stadium still, and the plaque, and the home play, etc., near the barbecue restaurant and abandoned train station. Do they have a park built around that yet? No, they do not. That I'm aware of, at least. Okay, let me figure out how to unfreeze myself. Let's see. Okay, no, video is frozen. Seems slightly. I have multiple phones, but I don't like dropping any of them on the ground. Yeah, man. Do you smoke cigarettes? I do not. I do not smoke cigarettes. I only got a chance to say the word to Chappelle, quoted the show to him. Said black actors, man, black actors. With my my fist up and laughed. That's from Wayne Brady. Oh yeah, man, I love that stuff, man. Okay, at least you guys could still hear my beautiful voice. I'm gonna try to figure out how to unfreeze this. There are 5 John Travolta performances. I'm not sure. Grease and Grease. Grease is my number one. No, Pulp Fiction, Grease. I'm not quite sure. I'm not the biggest fan, if I'm being quite honest. Let's see. Ugh. Have you ever tried meth? No. Okay, I'm trying to figure this shit out the way I'm frozen. Right? Hey man, this chick's crazy. I don't know who this is. Face off or blowout? Face off. What is the best horror remake you have ever seen? Probably The Thing. The Thing is the greatest remake of all time. Night of the Living Dead 1990 is a really good remake. And Dawn of the Dead, Evil Dead both had good remakes, but yeah, for sure The Thing. And From Paris with Love was hilarious. Oh, Invasion of the Body Snatchers is amazing. Okay, I think I fixed it. Fixed it. Oh man, back to the darkness, man. I always consider The Fly and The Thing. Yeah, but I mean, shit, man. Call a spade a spade. The Thing, The Fly, they're remakes. You know, great choice. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah, dude, Gorephobes knows a lot of shit, bro. Haas McPizza. If you haven't seen him yet, go check out his channel. He's running this live stream horror trivia contest that I was in that I lost in the first round, but it's pretty fun. He's got a lot of good stuff. The Thing is definitely reimagining. Well, tomato, tomato. You know, y'all asked my opinion, and I gave it. So, you know, I stand by it. Y'all I mean. Uh, my favorite horror of all time, though. Yeah, The Thing is no behind Return of the Living Dead. It's Return of the Living Dead, The Thing, in the original Dawn of the Dead. Those are my top three favorite horror movies. Thanks, Haas. Yeah, would have been The Fly or Thing. It makes us. Oh, don't y'all gang up against me, man. Shit. What's better, Mr. 3000 or Mr. Baseball or anything baseball comedy? I like Mr. 3000 better. But I mean, I grew up on, like, if we're talking baseball movies, I like Angels in the Outfields and Rookie of the Year, and like The Sandlot's my number one favorite. More like kids movies, the stuff I kind of grew up on. Have you seen The Collector before? I have not. I have not seen that. Good list. Can't leave off the OG Alien on the list, though. You get first choice. Oh, in the summer tournament? Are these in any particular order? Or what's the order of these? Yeah, The Thing and Alien, it's pretty hard not to put those up there. Have you ever given? Okay, who the fuck are you, Amanda Cunningham? You're asking me a lot of really fucking weird ass questions, which I don't mind. I'll humor this shit all day, man. I went to public schools and I grew up in the fucking early 2000s, so we're getting someone a golden shower. Yeah, you if you don't shut the fuck up. How about that, fucking weirdo? No, man, no, I have not. It will make it will make a difference or where you're seated. Uh, are these seated like a basketball tournament or something? Because if that's the case, I want 3, 4, 5, or 6 because I'm not facing like the number one seed. But if not, I'll take number. You know, I'll take I'll take the position I'm going to end the tournament in. I'll start the same way I end it, just like a rumble. Number one. Do a horror movie tournament, Freddy vs. Pinhead, then a Royal Rumble, then after. Well, I feel like Freddy Krueger would win by disqualification from outside interference. I got a feeling I know who it is. Well, kind of confused on what everyone's talking about at this point, but I watched the 90s show. Duckman. Has anybody seen before? Is that the cartoon? I used to watch that as a kid, I think. It's all Chance Brother. Then I'm taking number one. Number one. I'd like to see Christy Alley in WWF or WWE. She had a great charisma and could have gotten a fit. Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, honestly, I've never heard that take before. I could see that. Favorite Stephen King adaptation? Christina, probably mine. I'd say Stand By Me. I know this is a horror channel, but Stand By Me is one of my favorite movies of all time. And then after that, I would have to say Silver Bullet, Christine, and probably The Shining. Would you let a girl give you a Blumpkin? I don't know, would you? Yeah, I agree. A little bit, a little bit. Because these March Madness games going to take so long to start, I will join them and I'm ready for them. They try to tell you to go there early, but yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. I feel you. Sharon is great despite King. The Shining is great. I like the movie Misery and Carrie. I'm not too big of a fan of Misery or Carrie. I don't know why. I do hold Carrie in very high regards. It's like one of the greatest horror movies of all time, though. Triffin, even in overall. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm probably about to get off here sometime soon. I've been it's about an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right, Gorphobe. Some weird questions, but I think they need to go watch some certain weird horror movies or something. If Peter Weller said no for RoboCop, would James Woods or Tom Selleck or Tim Robbins have been better? No, I don't. I don't think so. But that's all hindsight being 2020. You know. I know someone with this kind of brain, unfortunately. It's all about the dirty Sanchez or the donkey punch. No one's going on showers and bumpkins. Yeah, or an Alaskan pipeline, but this might be my cue to go. Have been good for that. What you mean, man? What you mean, dog? Yeah. Hey, look at this one, you guys. Right? Come here and find out. Right? Funny stuff. Uh, but anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a couple little reviews before I dipped out. These are a couple things I watched lately. For one, I don't have the 4K Steelbook. I threw this on a couple nights ago. Fright Night. I'm very excited to meet Jason Patric from Lost Boys coming up on the 5th. And, this is a really fun, campy movie. I love when, like, Peter Vincent gets involved with the lead character. I like the way that it's not hidden from the main character that there is actually a vampire next door. And they kind of hit this Night of the Creeps kind of, like, drive-in movie kind of theme feeling in the movie itself. Good soundtrack, good gore. But, being such a Lost Boys fan, it's kind of hard for me to, put this above that. And next up, I got this through Vinegar Syndrome, the Street Trash remake. This was honestly okay, man. Nothing compares to the original. Uh, Not a good movie, not a bad movie. I just think, like, for a cheap movie, it was shot really well. It looked decent. The characters, like, had a lot of very unredeemable qualities, like the original. Decent gore for what they paid. I just didn't like how it turned into like an action movie in the third act and everything. But a bad movie, but still enjoyable. And this is the one I want to talk about uh, the most. This is one everybody was bitching about that sold out really quick. That's Iced. You guys, I love this movie. I mean, I only rated this two stars on Letterbox because it wasn't a good movie shot on video. But I like how what's this DeGrasser Video like does the shit looking like VHS in a way. I know, like, I love how TerraVision did like the Linnea Quigley workout and had like 3 versions where they had the upgrade and then like the VCR version, which I wish more editions would do stuff like that. But this wasn't as bad as people said. Like, the dialogue, the story was actually kind of fun and stupid. And they said like the end of the first and all the second act were slow and felt like a soap opera, which I won't lie, it kind of did. But it was still pretty entertaining, like for how hokey it was. Tons of nudity and everything, and the kills weren't very graphic, but they weren't hidden or nothing. They had a nice little turn at the end, and I mean, just a pretty decent slasher movie. Like, I don't think it was bad, like everyone was saying. Ice was worth picking up. Ugh, I have no idea how to ban people, or I would. I can try. Bitch, you got to go. Oh, ban user. Hey. Hey, Amanda. Peace out, bitch. All right, ban. There you go. That's funny. Fred Decker should have done more movies. I agree. And I blocked that crazy woman, so we're good, guys. Yeah, shame RoboCop 3 tanked. I actually like RoboCop 3 more than RoboCop 2. Thank you. You deal with people like this, Gorphobe? That bitch is crazy. Yeah, but yeah, that bitch be tripping. I thought it was just like I watch other streams and I see a lot of weird questions where like it's all ha-has and stuff, which I don't mind. You can pretty much say where I want this to be a place where you can say whatever the fuck you want. Like uh I know Acres of Horror was asking me some really strange shit earlier, and I like that. I'm a weird guy. Like, let's keep this fun, entertaining. But like, once I kind of got the bait that she was kind of trolling, and I wasn't reacting the way, I'm like, I gotta get out of this. Bro, you excited for Stag Tape Video? It's like I can't wait for you to see this store, but the guy just moved his shit into a store that's 4 times the size, and he's gonna have the record store inside of it. So it's gonna be like the first time I ever see this place too. So it's about to be fucking crazy. This is heaven on earth for a collector. Stag Tape Video. Hey, have you watched Eyes of Fire, 1983, an atmospheric period piece set in the mid 18th century New World colonies? I have not. Is that any good? S Wolf, thanks for joining the chat. By the way, this deep in. I don't normally like stuff set in the 18th century. It's not my bag, bye. But I want to be against watching if you're saying it's good. A trippy tale of settlers encountering the supernatural in the form of previously unexpected force, spirits. Well, that sounds kind of cool, actually. Like, it's funny. Like, I would say I don't like movies based in like that old time, but like if you're bringing ghosts in from like the old time, that's kind of fun. Stacey's does that though. It's a lot of different than the Amanda shit though. Yeah, that bitch is crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm doing upgrades on the car this weekend for the trip. Right on, bro. If you're a smoker, I got the finest Michigan has to offer. And if you're not in too much of a hurry to get home that night, because it's gonna be an earlier trip, maybe we all the whole gang goes and grabs dinner after or something, man. Have a big powwow. Either way, there's gonna be bands playing and everything at this event. It's gonna be pretty cool. Talk about trippy. Have you ever seen Endless 2017? I have not. What's that about? I have not seen that. I did watch that 90s Kid documentary last night as well. The girl that was Punky Brewster, Sailor Moon Frye, like her documentary on Hulu. And I also watched a Real Pain with Jesse Ellenberg and Kieran McCulkin, where he won the Oscar. That was a really good movie as well. Did I miss anything? Yeah, we had like this really weird girl that like was trolling me, and at first the questions were kind of like fun and weird, but then that's my first ever ban. Haunted pillowcase. And now you're my second. No, I'm just kidding. You cool. But yeah, I don't mind people being weird, but this bitch was really started getting real fucking weird, man. Started asking me like where I live and if I had a gun and shit, like talking about fisting and golden showers. Oh, it was definitely a fucking troll or something, man. Who's crazy? Just got here. Well, we're all a little bit crazy, man. Cool. Sounds good. It was a troll pillowcase. Yo, Keith. It's cool when people know each other in the damn chat, man. That's what I'm talking about. Great horror movie, very creative concept, cult movie with supernatural, Lovecraftian creatures. I want to see that book of the necromantic book movie that's out of print, or only has like that German release. I think it has what's his name from Reanimator in it. But like, you guys know what I'm talking about, the anthology movie, the Necronomicon. Easy for me to say. Yo, well, Gorephobe. Jeff was here. Oh yeah, man. If you left for a minute, that Amanda girl that was coming in, she started asking if I was giving golden showers and asking where I live and if I was strapped and all this shit. Cuckoo, cuckoo. She moved here from Canada and joined the stream, and we all thought she was slow, eh? Did she piss you off? Honestly, not really, man. Like I like the weird questions, so it wasn't really a bother to me. My buddy Gorephobe's in here. He's kind of a vet with the streaming, and some of the questions started getting a little more personal, like asking like I said, if I'm strapped. I live in Detroit. Asking if I have a gun, like why? You know what I mean? I got a camera right there. I can see my front door. Just you don't fuck with people like that. So I was like, let me cut this off before it gets. You don't ask people around here that shit. It makes me a little ask about golden showers and shit. It's like, okay, fun at first, but like, scram, we trying to talk about Microwave Massacre in this bitch. Yep, a sad attempt by somebody that was unfortunately known. Jeff. Yep. More like she wanted him. Hey, maybe, man, maybe. That's weird shit, though. You think so, Gorephobe? I have no idea who that was. Like, if you know who that is, message me privately if you think you know who that was. Because I've been drinking coffee with Fago right after, so I don't care. I'm just waiting for them to re-enter the chat with a different username. Yeah, I blocked the user. That's the first time I did that. If they join in, man, you guys don't know me, bro. Like, I'm glad you guys got my back on that. Like, I can roast with the best of them. I keep my channel pretty positive. If you ever want to see me negative, watch me review like Halloween Ends, like a current movie, or like when I reviewed a whole series and I had to review Jason Goes to Hell. I could shit on stuff like the best of them. I play a heel in wrestling for a reason. I'm one of the most sarcastic pricks there ever was. I don't get that way with you guys because I love you guys talking horror. I'm grateful to have you guys watch me in the stream and being part of this right now. But like, if somebody wants to come back and start fucking with me and trying shit, like, I'll fucking roast the fuck out of them, man. If someone who doesn't like me. Oh, well, fuck them, man. Fuck, they're a fucking dork then, man. Imagine taking that time out of their life. Like, they clearly have like no. They ain't got no girl. They ain't got no kids. They ain't pleasuring their woman right now. They're trolling me through you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what a bunch of fucking lame asses. I don't think I know who the person is. Screw, man. Don't matter. Friend of Agoraphobe's friend of mine. You fuck with him. You fuck with any of our friends. Anybody in this little unit, man. I don't play that shit, man. It's just the fucking internet, so I don't got time for fucking weirdos like that. Uh, The first one had potential like Force Awakens did then. Yeah, fuck it, man. So, what do you guys watch lately? Anything good? Anything good? Yeah, I was gonna get off here soon, but we're at an hour and a half. I'll gladly go to like 2 hours. I never went that far before. You know, we want to bullshit a little more. You know, I'm having fun with this. I'm off work today. Evil Dead has the strongest franchise of all time in horror. No one of the bad movies is the franchise. House Pizza, I agree 100%. Even the TV show is good. Evil Dead 1 and 2 are classics. Army of Darkness is amazing. The remake of Evil Dead is one of the greatest remakes of all time. And Evil Dead Rise, I loved it. A lot of people didn't like it. I loved it. Yeah, Bruce Campbell's going to be at Astronomicon a week from Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to meet him, though, because he always has like a real long line. I've never went like back in the professional photo ops areas. It just takes a long time. The troll's gone by now, man. So you're good. Oh, okay. On no pillowcases, you know, Agoraphobe. Then I take it. So man, this shit's new to me. This is funny. You know, I play a villain in wrestling and everything, but I always tell people like, if you don't have a hater, you're not doing something right. And if there's haters coming over to my stream for people that are in my stream that I associate with, that's a good look on both of us. You know, because they can't stop talking. Ugh. But once again, guys, I apologize about the lighting. I bought this new light and everything, and went out pretty quickly. So we're here in the dark. You know, could try to plug it in again, but there's no sense. So haters sucks, but you got them if you're doing something right. That's what I was saying, bro. John Doe Juggalo. You know, fuck it, man. Does this person make videos? If you're talking about me, yes, I do. Please give a subscribe. If not, let's go troll that other person. So, what kind of videos you guys want to see me make in the future? I know I have. I said in the beginning, I have 2 videos I plan on putting out this weekend. I'm either going to do one Saturday, one Sunday, or I might double dip and drop 2 on Sunday. One is going to be my vinyl collection record, which I used to have a huge vinyl record collection. They got ruined by a flood in my basement, so I'm going to show where I started recollecting. I probably have around 50, 60 vinyls. Half might be like movie soundtracks. That was my idea. I was like, I'm only gonna start recollecting if they're soundtracks. But then I started collecting a bunch of NoFX vinyls and punk rock records. And I think the other video I'm gonna make is more so like non-horror movies that are my favorites, like movies I love the most. Saw the movie Last Breath. It was saw the movie Last Breath. It was decent. I saw The Hunt from 2012 with Mads Mikkelsen recently. Definitely left an impression on me. One of the scariest non-horror movies I've ever seen. I've never heard of that. What do you mean the scariest non-horror movie you ever seen? Like, what made it scary? Was it the tension, or like what was the story about that? No, they were asking if I ever gave one to somebody. But are you trolling me now, man? It's about a teacher who gets falsely accused of child molestation from one of the kids, and his life is dismissed. That sounds fucking crazy, man. I don't know if you guys follow like the UFC. You know, like Cain Velasquez just got sent to prison. Like, man, think about being in prison with that guy. Let alone he tried to kill a pedo and got 5 years. The guy's about to be the king of prison. I got California prison too. Okay, bro. Okay, haunted pillowcase. I seen you were friends with Gorephobe, but like I had a question. I was like, wait a second. I got you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you joining the stream. Uh, give my channel a subscribe if you like. I'll check yours out once I get off. No, I'd never even heard of him, man. You know, it's a really cool name. I like it. I wonder how'd you get the name Haunted Pillowcase? You know, I think like the cold side of the pillow, like that old ESPN guy used to say off the top of my head. That's like a fun way to think about it, but like that's just a cool fucking name, honestly. Oh, I don't know him either. I think it's a pretty cool name. I thought he was your boy. Let's get him. No, I'm just kidding. I think that name's really fucking cool. Like the Haunted pillowcase. Like I said, the cool side of the pillowcase when you flip it, because ghosts are supposed to have like the chills in them and everything. Yeah, no harm, no foul, man. Honestly, I don't know a lot of my subs names. I'm not as like social as you with the live streams yet, you know. So unless you comment in my comment section, I might not know the name. But dude, how many movies you plan on buying, Gorphobe? Like you got like a limit? You don't got to say it in the chat, but like, are you spending on like, are you saving up? Are you plan on spending some big bucks at this video store? Because bro, they got everything. The hurt is the worst nightmare you couldn't wake up from. Imagine if your word versus a child. Everyone believes lying for no reason. It's a drama, but gave me the heat. Man, yeah, that sounds sad, dude. But I think movies are meant to make you feel something. You know what I mean? I feel you, man. I feel you. Just be prepared. You know. Cool thing is the owner. You know what I mean? But all right, guys. I think I'm about to hop off here. So I appreciate everybody hopping in here. Give it a like if you want. You know, try to get the algorithm going a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna have a couple videos coming this weekend. I want to do like a complete vinyl record collection. I want to do a video of my top 10, 20 favorite non-horror movies. And then the week after that, I'll be at Astronomicon. I believe it's in Ann Arbor this year, somewhere near that. So if you're there on the Saturday, I'll be there. So I'll probably post a walkthrough video the following day and a haul video on that Sunday. Then the next weekend, I'll be at Static Tape Video, where I meet up with Goraphobe and some of my other friends and everything. And it's going to be a good time. But as always, hit up Killer Pizza Videos on Instagram if you want to see me do any certain videos. Other than that, thanks guys. I appreciate you guys watching this video for almost 2 hours. That's fucking crazy. So peace. Okay. Peace.